Hi everyone, my name is India. I'm 22 years old and I am one of British Athletics' technical officials. I will be at this year's British Athletics Championships in Manchester. I am really looking forward to it and can't wait to be able to take you behind the scenes and show you some more about what we do. So one thing I'm really looking forward to at the British Championships is just the fact that it's such a fun environment for the athletes and the officials. It's such a great weekend and it's amazing to see some people who this is their first time competing at the British Championships and they're excited or nervous and it's their first time at this level. At the moment I'm just working really hard to get my level 4 so I get put on the national list, and then I'm also working really hard to hopefully get selected for the Commonwealths in 2 years time in Birmingham, so fingers crossed I get an invite to that, but I'm just grateful for every opportunity I get. So for me it is really important to pack the night before I do any officiating. Just means I get my head in the game. I am ready in the morning to go because I love to get as much sleep as possible the night before, and I do like to leave as late as possible. So I always make sure I have my polo laid out, my hoodie, and then obviously my trousers. So first things first, really important things. I've always got my clipboard. Clipboard's so important for me when I'm communicating with the starter, so that is a must, and that is something that is packed every single time. And in there I always make sure I keep my cards so I'm ready for any eventuality. I always pack pins. Some things that aren't essential but I always try and make sure I pack are sun cream, because you never know what British weather is like. Same with my waterproof. Always make sure my waterproof is in my bag because it can be very unpredictable. My water bottle, just because you don't always get the opportunity to sit and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, so it's always worth having a water bottle with you just to make sure you get to drink throughout the day. And then always for me is a pencil case, because you never know when you're going to need a pen to change someone's bib number. So I like to make sure I have everything laid out. So laid out here I have my polo, my hoodie and my trousers, and then I always try and pick some a little bit more funky socks. So somewhere in here I've got my Harry Potter socks. Tomorrow I'll be getting up at 8 o'clock and aiming to leave the house for 8:15 to get down to Nuneaton for 9:30. Good morning, so it is 8:15. I am up, ready to go. I got dressed. I've got next to me crumpets with chocolate spread on, ready to eat on the way down. It's about an hour's drive, so I'll get there hopefully for about 9:15, which is 15 minutes earlier than I'm meant to be there. So I've just arrived in Nuneaton for our officiating. It is about 9:15, so did really good on time, and also means I'm here a little bit earlier than what I need to be, but it's good just to familiarise myself with the track. This is my view for the 100 metres. I always make sure I stand about here so I can see all the athletes on this white start line that is just along here. Normally the starters are stood just over there, but when I do my 100 metres I will always raise my clipboard in the air really high, making sure that I always have my white background. This is just really visual for the starters, because when they're stood all the way over there it's very difficult to see, and especially if we have a crowd behind us and we have to make sure it's very obvious that we are raising our boards. This just allows them to know that the athletes are ready and they can start with the start procedures. So nothing really happens in a race until we've said that that's okay. It's been my first officiating back from a long indoor season, and there's not been very many things for us to do. It's been absolutely brilliant. It's been a really nice atmosphere. It's been really chilled out. We've had some different measures in place for COVID, so there's some people who will be touching the blocks for us, so as starters assistants we don't have to touch them. And then also there are people who have got a sanitizer and they're spraying down the track where the athletes have touched it. And other than that, we're just respecting social distancing and making sure that we stay safe throughout the day. But the day's been fantastic. It's been good to get my feet back on a track, so I really appreciate that opportunity.